Hello again. Once upon a time, the Christmas lights in Regent Street and Oxford Street in London's West End were a real feature of London. Something that people took their children into central London to see. They were typically switched on by some celebrity because Christmas was a big deal. These days, those lights are a sideshow, and a big event is the switching on of the Ramadan lights, which Mayor of London Sadiq Khan yesterday undertook. Khan, who many people regard as a toxic wolf, claimed that these lights are a sign of unity and inclusivity, but this is, of course, straight from the 1984 playbook. There is nothing unifying about Islam in Britain, and nor is it an inclusive faith. For centuries in this country, Jews celebrated Hanukkah quietly as a festival of theirs which they cherished, marking the rededication of the temple in Jerusalem. They did not seek to make the rest of us have to celebrate it, of course. In much the same way, the few Hindus who lived in Britain a century ago, mainly students and seamen, might celebrate Diwali, just as the Chinese living in Limehouse would mark the Chinese New Year. These were all events which those communities found important as part of their own culture. They didn't seek to impose their practices upon us. The Ramadan lights in London's West End are the antithesis of this tradition of individual communities in this country marking their own celebrations. The aim is to overshadow and eclipse our own traditions and make it plain that Islam is more important than anything which other people might care about. This is in the nature of Islam, which is a pushy faith, always seeking to expand its area of influence. The news that Sadiq Khan is seeking a fourth term as mayor has not been greeted with unalloyed pleasure by many Londoners. Because the great majority of people now living in the capital are either immigrants or foreigners, it is fairly certain that they will vote for anybody who doesn't happen to be a white Britisher. It is a way, you see, of indicating how they feel about us. I have long suspected that if the Labour Party put a donkey up as their candidate for mayor, then he would be elected in preference to a white person. The recent fuss about a wealthy businessman describing all this as colonisation suggests to me that we need to find another word for what is happening in our country, one which lacks the negative connotations of the expression colonisation. Perhaps replacement might be a better, more precise, and less offensive term to use.